Only Moses. Man BS friend over 13.5 million Naira bank alert. Recruit hackers to withdraw money from the deceased accounts. Out of the excitement, 29-year-old Abuchi Wisdom Nwachukwu told his best friend at work, Moses, that he received a 13.5 million Naira money transferred alert from his brother based in South Africa. Unknown to him, while Moses was celebrating with him, he was actually perfecting plans to steal the money, a plan which later cost Nwachukwu his life. Both worked at a table water factory in Abuchi, Ondo State. 2 days later, Moses killed his friend while they were on night shift at the water factory, dumped his body in the nearby bush and hired hackers to hijack his bank account, and then diverted the money for his personal use. The fund was sent to Nwachukwu by his elder brother to complete the latter's building project in Imo State. How the bubble burst. All was well with Moses till detective attached to the Police Intelligence Response Team (IRT) uncovered his evil heart. The family of the victim, who is a native of Amaraizu in Isiala Mbano area of Imo State, raised the alarm when they waited for days without seeing him as he was scheduled to travel to the village. They contacted the director of the water factory, who assured them that Nwachukwu left and could still be in transit. After 48 hours without seeing him, a case of missing person was reported at the police station while the search for him continued. However, the stench from the decomposing body of Nwachukwu drew the attention of the community. His headless body was found, but no one knew where his head was, who killed him, or where he really was at that point. As such, the headless body was taken to the mortuary while police was alerted. Acting on the petition by Nwachukwu's family, IRT detectives that were assigned to unravel the mystery were able to connect the missing dots through intelligence gathering. This led them to Moses, who initially, when he was arrested, swore that he knew nothing about the disappearance of his friend Nwachukwu. Confronted with artifacts which showed that while his friend was missing, money was transferred from the late Nwachukwu's account to his own. Moses then told the police that it was the money that he found in his late friend's account that made him kill him. He led the detectives to the spot where Nwachukwu's head was buried. Unveiling the criminal gang. Moses also led the police to arrest 4 others who assisted him to withdraw money from the late Nwachukwu's bank account. They are Jaswil Uche Obonaya, Aswa Tony Bright, Terence Okechukwu, and Sikiru Yusuf. The suspects, who are professional fraudsters based in Abia State, confessed that they withdrew money from the account because they were told that the money belongs to a greedy Igbo businessman. Chilling confession by the mastermind. Begging for mercy, Moses, whose native name is Obedem, claimed that he lost control as soon as he sighted the 13.5 million Naira bank alert on his late friend's phone. I am from Ibie in Aochi local government area of Edo State, and after graduating from Aochi Polytechnic, where I read mechanical engineering, I worked in several places till I secured a job at a water production factory in Aochi. It was there that I met Nwachukwu, and since he is a young man, we became friends. After work, we normally hang out, and I do visit him anytime the opportunity presents itself. I knew that he has family members who are rich, especially his brother in South Africa, who is building a house in the village. Few days before the incident, he called me and showed me a bank alert of 13.5 million Naira. He said that his brother asked him to travel to the village and complete the house construction and also reserve some for the house opening party. I was happy for him, but as soon as I got home, the devil took over my senses. I became so jealous, and all that was on my mind was what I can achieve with that amount of money. I just decided that I would take the money from him no matter what it cost. On January 8, 2020, which was the day that I killed him, we were both on night duty. He came with his bag with the hope that he would travel to their village in the morning of the following day. I was posted to the table water production section, while he was posted to the sachet water section. On that day, the electricity current was too low to power the machines in both sections, so I was asked to start first. As soon as I was done, I entered the kitchen and took a knife and stick and moved over to his section. I stabbed him twice on his stomach and he was still struggling with me. I then used the stick to knock him out. According to Moses, he quickly dragged the lifeless body into the nearby bush and dumped him there. I waited till I was sure that he is dead. The water factory is close to a bush, so it was easy for me to lift him up and throw into the bush. I came back and cleaned the blood on the floor and also completed his assignment for the day. Management had already given him permission to travel, so they were not expecting to see him in the factory for some days. I took his bag and threw it into the forest too and collected all the valuables, including his phone and ATM, automated teller machine cards. It was then that I noticed that he had even depleted the money to 8 million naira. The next day, I used his ATM to withdraw money through POS, point of sale machine. I also used his mobile application to transfer money out. I couldn't move much because of the limits on his phone, so I decided to contact one Sikiru, who is a professional hacker in Aba. I took a picture of the ATM card and sent it to them. I told them that the ATM card belongs to a successful Igbo businessman who refused to settle his apprentice. Since I was with his phone, I was able to generate a new password that the hackers used to move about 2 million naira from the account. They gave me 200,000 naira and they said it was all they can give me. I was annoyed and blocked them through my friend's SIM card. I generated another password and refused to send to them. While all this was happening, the family kept calling his phone number and I panicked. I flushed his phone SIM card down the toilet in case police decides to track it. I went back to where I dumped his body and cut off his head. I took the head further into the bush and buried it. I did that because it might be easy to identify him if his body is found. Haunted by the dead. Before he was eventually arrested, the restless spirit of Nwachukwu no doubt haunted Moses for betraying his trust and murdering him for no just cause. According to Moses, Nwachukwu liked me so much that he told me so much about himself, and as such I know a lot about his family. Even after the incident, I traveled to Ore in Ondo to relax a bit before I returned to work. While at the hotel where I stayed in Ore, a spirit was haunting me up and down. I saw him severally crying and I would be shouting. Even the prostitute that I slept with ran away because she thought I am a ritualist. She heard me screaming and begging my friend to leave me alone. I later returned to work and was arrested while at work. How Nwachukwu's account was hacked. According to the other suspects who are suspected professional hackers, they never knew that the ATM card belongs to a dead man. They all alleged that they were meant to believe that the owner is a successful greedy businessman who refused to settle his apprentice. Obonaya, who created the website used to divert the money, claimed that it was contracted by one Sikiru. I am 29 and a native of Arochukwu in Abia State. I studied computer science at University of Uyo. Late last year, I was going through Facebook and discovered an application that can enable one to withdraw money and use it for a transaction. It is an online gateway used for payment of goods and services by individuals or companies. I registered and used my own money and discovered that it was working. I simply put my ATM number, the 3 digits at the back and my password. I was able to withdraw money from my account. I started a business and reached out to friends to let them know that if they need to buy stuffs, I can easily withdraw money for them. This was why on the second week of January, Tony called me that they needed my help. He told me that the boss of a young man like myself, after serving for 7 years, refused to settle him. The plan was to withdraw the 8 million naira found in his account. I was only able to withdraw 1.1 million naira before Moses, who I later learned was the source of the ATM card, blocked us off. He generated another password and we could not transfer money again. I never knew that he killed someone. I am so sorry, and this is the first time that I am doing any illegitimate job with that web page.